Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back. Josh here. And we are just finishing up a pretty good workout. Forgot my watch in my gym bag, but that's alright. We put a hat on because I still got that post-shower hair. But we finished a very good workout. Very happy with the results. Shout out to Scott over at Old School Bodybuilding Clothing Company for always making awesome clothing. Not sponsored, just love buying his stuff. Quality is amazing and it's supporting bodybuilding, so you can't love it enough. I'm gonna go pick up some Chick-fil-A for the missus, and that will be kind of what we're gonna do. I think it's the deluxe chicken, but I'll have to check. Hopefully we can finish up 10 minutes before we get to the store. But finished up 30 minutes on the treadmill. The one I picked was broken. The incline was not accessible, so no incline today. And this is after 2 days. You wouldn't have noticed this because I've been doing content a couple days ahead of time, so you shouldn't see a gap in posting, but that's gonna have to change soon, so bummer. But I was sick for 2 days with food poisoning because I was a bad boy and I had a muffin, and that muffin turned out to have mold on it. So, you know, pie in my face for eating something not chicken and rice. So I've learned, I've become a better person because of it, but also I do feel quite a bit leaner. So you know, given my discipline for tomorrow morning, I wake up and weigh myself, which I hardly ever do. We can see if we drop below that 230 mark, which would be nice. Weights were good. Didn't push heavyweight much, but just focused on the contractions. It was a chest heavy day. Bench press, barbell bench press, a traditional bench press, felt pretty good. This person's not gonna let me in. Minivans, right? Bench press was good contractions. I've been watching a lot of Justin Bodarina and Justin Shire, their training footage, and these guys really have a good principle on time under tension, controlled reps, things of that nature. And I'm really trying to take that and apply to my own training. I know it's kind of silly to compare, you know, top IFBB pros, but I think you can take the principles away from what they're saying and apply it to your, you know, not as impressive, natty, whatever you want to call it. Even if you're enhanced, it doesn't really matter. It's about the principles. It's about the intentions coming into training. So take that as you will. I know there's always the debate online that people like to get into, and it's such a good conversation. It's such a click-heavy conversation because you're always going to find yourself at some point in your life coming to a crossroads between, am I doing enough to achieve what I want, or is there some magical thing out there that's blocking me, or is there some magical secret out there that's going to get me to that next level? You know, maybe you don't want to do chicken and broccoli for 12 weeks and starve and do an hour on the stepper and practice your vacuum pose. Like, you don't want to do all that really hard stuff that you know is going to get you there. So you're going to blame it on, oh, well, I'm not taking certain, you know, PEDs, or I don't know the perfect split, or I don't have a pro coach. You know, I don't have Hani Rambod or Chris Aceto or Chad Nichols or any of those like super Jacoby, any of those guys out there that are like icons of coaching nowadays. You know, you're always looking for that reason on why you're not where you want to be, and you can apply this to really anything. I know I do, but it's not going to come down, at the end of the day, it's not going to come down to you. How do I get into Chick-fil-A? It's not going to come down to whether or not you're on the sauce or not. It's going to come down to whether or not you have the, genuinely, I'm speaking to myself as well, is whether or not you have the mental fortitude to push yourself through prep. If you have the stones to put yourself into uncomfortable positions where you can at the end of that prep, maybe you're doing a 20-week prep. At the end of that prep, you can tell yourself, I left everything on the table, or I didn't leave anything on the table, however that saying goes. You didn't cheat. You did everything that old school bodybuilding, plug to Scott, everything that old school bodybuilding has been preaching for decades and decades. At the end of your prep, if you can say that and you didn't show up the way you wanted, then maybe we can talk about whether or not you're missing something, or whether or not you need that secret sauce, or you need to go to the next level. I'm going to tell you guys, I've definitely wanted to dabble with the sauce, and I think at my best points where I've gotten pretty lean, I've even had the comments like, well, it must be nice when you're on roids and stuff, which is always, I don't want to say it's funny, because I understand where they're coming from, because I've been the same person where, like, people pass away and, I'm not laughing at their suffering or their misery, but it's a thing. People try to find a reason for them not succeeding, as long as it's not pointing to them. You're always going to try finding an excuse or a reason. So if that resonates with you, try to take that into tomorrow. Wake up when you need to wake up. If you need to shower, shave, get ready, put on your uniform, for all my service members out there, or if you need to go into work and you don't have to wear a button up, but you want to wear a button up because you're dressing for the position that you want to have, not the position you have. I'm empowering you to do that. Feel empowered to step outside of that comfort zone and do something maybe not orthodox, maybe something not traditional in your work environment. Wake up, get dressed, look presentable, do your hair, brush your teeth, drink your water. I just finished showering and I forgot to take my cold shower. So now I'm gonna have to go I live in an RV park. If you guys don't know, I'm gonna go take a quick cold shower then, because I need to be accountable to myself that I'm taking at least one cold shower a day. So those are my do outs. What are your do outs? Are you going to challenge yourself tomorrow? Are you gonna run? I don't even know if I told you guys I did 3 miles, but I was trying to do zone 2 for all my runners out there. And I started at like a 13-minute pace, 13 miles per hour, 13 miles, yeah, something like that, 13. And by the end of it, I was running like barely a 15, and I was still like, my heart rate was still getting in the 50s. So I don't know if that's because I took pre-workout before, which, I like to have my pre-workout going through me by the time I finish my run, so I can push through an entire workout. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I couldn't keep my resting heart rate down, because my heart rate was pumping the whole time, like 110, 120 during my workout. So that's kind of what my workout was. That was kind of my recap from the last 3 days. I had everything coming out both ends. Couldn't really keep anything down. Could barely drink water. But we're back. We're trying to be accountable. We're going to keep posting. This cannot stop. This cannot stop. Because this is my journal. Years from now, when I have kids and I'm living in a small town in Texas, you guys, or even me, will be able to come back and look at these videos and think about, in your own journey, where you've been and where you're going, and how you were able to make the tough decision day after day, or 70% of the week, or 50% of the week. You were able to make those tough decisions to get yourself in a position where you felt accomplished. So keep trying that. Keep doing whatever you think defines successful for you. And I think you'll be proud of yourself at the end of the day. So I'm gonna go get the missus some Chick-fil-A. I'm either gonna get some grilled chicken nuggets, or I'm gonna have myself a sandwich. I think I'm gonna have myself a sandwich because I only had 2 meals today and we're hungry. So be blessed. I want you guys to accomplish everything you want. And however I can help, I'm literally here for you. Like, this is what this channel is all about. It's just getting us to that next level. So be well. See you guys tomorrow.